Hi, my name is Abigail Myers. I have done my career project on communications, more specifically journalism. A bachelor's degree in communications leads to a world of opportunity. One of these opportunities is writing. I love writing, and with this degree, I would be able to make that my career. With a communications degree, I would focus on being a journalist, writing about public relations, information output, press releases, and media requests, social media and or advertising for a wide variety of organizations. Now, I've chosen communications as a degree rather than journalism because communication has more opportunity related to the things that I've just talked about, social media, advertising, more than what a journalism degree would cover. Educational and job requirements. For a degree in communications, all that is needed is a bachelor's degree. And for journalism, typically they look for English, journalism, or communications. And obviously, I would be picking communications because that is the major I have decided on. For experience, internships, blogs, and newspapers, and other things like it are something that a lot of employers look for. Internships could be writing for your high school newspaper, or the local soccer team or baseball team, anything of that kind of sort. Any kind of writing experience is something that employers are happy to see. And blogs have become very popular within the last couple years with social media and just any type of writing that interests the audience of people on social media. Newspapers are something that employers also look for. It could be your local news, once again, high school newspaper, college newspaper, etc. Some jobs may require writers to have on the job training before any work is published. Now, this is to be expected because the skill level of someone coming in on an entry level to a job is not going to be the same as someone who's been working at that job for many years. So, in order for them to have the practice that is needed, they may not be published, but it is experience and it is something that your employer will be helping you with so that when it is published, it will be your best work. The salary for a writer depends on what kind of writer you are. Freelance writers get paid by assignment, so it just depends on who they give their assignment to and what kind of writing they did. Writers who are employed received a median of $61,240 per year in 2016. This is about an average salary for a writer. The job outlook for this job is a little bit discouraging. The employment growth for writers is predicted to grow 2% from 2014 to 2024. Now, this is slower than average. The competition for this job has increased since social media has become more relevant. My opinion, this is encouraging though, because social media has become more relevant. They're going to be needing more journalists, more writers to be in charge of those social media accounts. Job duties. Being able to write about quality work under the pressure of a deadline. Now, this is something that is easy to learn how to do, especially in college, because you're consistently writing 3 papers a week for different classes and knowing how to write under a deadline. Now, it's about making sure that it's quality work for a job. Interviewing people even in a wide range of situations. These situations can range from different dangerous situations in other countries, depending on what kind of journalist you are, or being in an awkward situation with other people, or even just great situations, as there's many different kind of interviews that you can have with people. Create contacts with others to use for future use. Now, this just means to make relationships with other people so that you can have good research partners and people that you can trust to take information from. The ability to sufficiently research topics has to do a little bit with the last point. So knowing the people that you're getting your research from and not just searching online and getting the first link that pops up and writing about it. Creative thinking is a vital part of a writing job. Now, this is any kind of writing, journalism, creative writing, obviously, or any type of writing. You want to be able to stand out from other writers because you want to be different, and that's something that employers look for. Knowing how to use social media in a beneficial way for your employer. A lot of employers are looking for people who know how to please the public with their social medias and know exactly what to put up to catch their eye. Working environments. Journalists typically have a wide range of working environments. Freelance journalists tend to work from home, especially since a lot of freelance journalists are part-time and have journalism as a side job. Journalists that are employed work in newsrooms or offices, as well as television, studios, and radio stations. Many journalists travel, which leads to a lot of writing on the road. Now, this is something that excites me because I love to travel, and being able to travel and write about the things that I see is something that would really encourage me to have a journalism job. Employed journalists usually maintain consistent hours, but they need to be flexible in case of breaking news stories. Now, this means if something happens in the middle of the night, you need to be there to cover it and know exactly what to write. Now, that's something that could be exciting depending on the news story, but it just has to also be something that is expected, even if it's not something you want to do. Fun facts. According to the Occupational Outlook Handbook, to be a writer, you need to have adaptability, creativity, critical thinking skills, determination, persuasion, social perceptiveness, and quality writing skills. Journalists get to travel and write about interesting events happening around the world. Now, as I said earlier, traveling is something that excites me, so this is the type of journalism that I would love to do. Journalists also have the opportunity to meet new people. This could be celebrities, and if you get high up in journalism, you could maybe even meet the president. It just depends on who you write for and what business you're involved with. Journalists are always learning. So this means that when you write about a certain topic, that you know everything about it. And so that's something that I love. I love to learn. So if that comes with this job, that is just another reason why I love it. That is the end of my presentation. I hope you have enjoyed it and know a little bit more about journalism and communications. Thank you for listening.